is when you get a flat tire. You want to come to a slow stop. You want to find a safe location to park. Organize your tools. Mark the road that you're on. Notify somebody. And you want to clean up and get that tire fixed.
All right. The first thing you want to do when you get to a good point when you park your car is to go and get the manual right here to figure out where your tools are and where the jacking point is.
After you've looked at the manual, at least in my car, I know that all the materials you need is in the trunk of the car. So after you get that, you take up this layer over your trunk where you have, show this, the spare tire right here, and then you have a lug wrench right here that's foldable in. Once you take out the spare tire, hey Joey, can you give me a hand here? There you go. Take out the spare tire. You can see that I have a jack down here. Jack. And these are all the materials we're gonna need to safely change a tire on the side of the road. So this is my wheel stopper here, and this is used for stopping the wheel so the car doesn't roll downhill or roll. Since we do have a little slope here, we're gonna make sure we have to have something on the front wheel. And so as we do it, we're gonna change that rear tire there. So we're gonna put it to the opposite diagonal tire, and we're just gonna stick this right here in front of the wheel here so the car doesn't roll down the hill as we take that tire off or something bad happens. And if we had safety cones or some way to mark that we're pulled over, we would mark it in any way. All we could do right now is turn our hazards on inside the car. But that's it.
Alright, so once you get to a safe space, you want to find your jack, put it underneath the car, keep everything out of the way while you loosen your bolts in a star pattern from top to bottom. And once you have them nice and loose, like that, you want to come over here and put this on.
Where's the jacking point? Here.
Find the jacking point, which in this car has a arrow, and just start
cranking it up.
Start crank.
It's good to have someone maybe to help you to make sure you line up the jacking point correctly. It's about to hit. Let's move it down a little bit. Make sure it's nice and center. There it is. That's good. And you keep cranking it until, as you can see right now, the back tire is starting to peel up. Keep going. You want to keep jacking up the car until you have easily enough space so you can easily take off the tire and put a new one on. Just a little more. Is it off?
It's not off yet.
Just give it one more crank around. Alright, that's fine. And then you have your car jacked up, and then you're good to start taking off the lug nut. Okay, so once you've jacked up your car, as you can see here, we jacked up this rear wheel. Now we're gonna start loosening the lug nuts in the same star pattern as we did as we started. So once you get a lug nut off, as of right now I have a bag, you want to have it in a nice area to where you don't lose any of them, so you can re-screw on the same tire. So here, Joey got the first lug nut off. Now we got to do 4 more in a star pattern. So since now we have all the lug nuts off but one, obviously, because Faf said we shouldn't actually change the tire in this video. So we have all 4 in a nice secure area of a bag. Joey, can you hold that for me? As we're done with that, if we had them all off, we would take the tire off and put the spare tire on in its place. And on this spare tire, you can tell it's a lot skinnier than my normal tires, and when it's on here, you can go probably about 50 miles depending on the car. And when you have this spare tire on, you don't want to keep it on. You want to try to get somewhere where you can replace your tire or fix the old one as fast as possible. All right, so when you're put the spare tire on, you want to do it in the same pattern as you did when you took it off. So first you want to put each bolt back in and tighten them as on as you can, and then you want to take the jack off and then recheck these to make sure they're as tight as possibly they can be. So you make sure your tire doesn't fall off when you're driving to a safe area to where you get a normal tire.